Irving Fights the Bite Week brings up some important warnings about mosquitoes.
We're seeing things that we haven't experienced in some time.
It's serious. It's serious.
See some of the outreach underway as the state finds mosquitoes in Irving testing positive for West Nile virus.
He was like, I think I just saw a cat on the highway.
I actually thought this is not going to end good.
Caught on camera, a cat stuck in the middle of State Highway 183. See how this rescue ends.
It was awesome to have the Marines lead the way. That was just very inspirational, very cool.
It's a run to benefit wounded warriors. Hear from some of the athletes taking part. Plus, why these young people are touting the benefits of bats when the Texas Musicians Museum will open. And Irving has a bookstore once again. This is City Source. New tests showed the West Nile virus is in Irving. Hello and welcome to City Source. I'm Thomas Gandy. As of production time, 2 traps yielded mosquitoes testing positive for West Nile virus. Just after those positive results came in from the state, Irving crews sprayed the neighborhoods where those infected mosquitoes were caught, and ICTN went along with them in the late night hours. They went through the J.C. Park and Fox Glen areas, but that spraying is only part of the program to help residents fight the bite. Education is another component. All the recent rain in North Texas means the city of Irving's mosquito control team is pushing an even stronger message.
So the potential for a major outbreak is occurring now.
Mosquito Control Coordinator Thomas Dickens is at the Heritage Senior Center, the first stop for Irving Fights the Bite Week.
It could change your life forever.
Older residents are at greater risk for West Nile virus.
There's no medical treatment for West Nile.
The city's team will spray neighborhoods where traps catch either a high number of mosquitoes or even one with disease. But this year, the spraying is more challenging.
There are just so many mosquitoes. If we go and spray one area one night, typically that will last about 2 weeks of protection from mosquitoes. We're not even getting 2 days at this point.
He's reminding people here about the 4 Ds: wearing repellent with DEET, draining standing water, avoiding outdoors at dusk and dawn, and dress.
Mosquitoes are attracted specifically to red colors and black.
See, I have on red and black, and what they're attracted to is red.
Gloria Chapman says she's finding out a lot of information like that she didn't know.
I usually have to go outside, sit on the balcony in the evening. So I'm going to stop doing that because he just told me mosquitoes are more prevalent at night.
She's protecting herself and plans to spread the message.
But I have 2 little grandboys, and I was wondering about them. That's what I'm most concerned about.
I saw a few raised eyebrows.
A football field helps illustrate one of those surprising facts. You might be targeted from half a field away.
Especially if they're hot, sweaty, outdoors working and working up a sweat, getting hotter, breathing heavier. Mosquitoes are attracted to certain key things about people that could potentially bring them in from about 50 yards away.
It's serious. It's serious.
They also learned about resources available to them. Seniors could pick up repellent at the senior center, and anyone could pick up free dunks at rec centers to treat standing water. Also,
we can set up a trap at your house so we can find out really fast whether or not your backyard has West Nile carrying mosquitoes. So this is our RAMPS 500 system.
Mosquitoes from those home traps are tested here in the city's own lab. Irving is one of only a few cities in North Texas that does its own testing.
We can have results for West Nile in as little as 3 hours.
We got to look at the process. Mosquitoes are put in a little container with ball bearings and a solution. Then they get beaten up a bit.
And what this is doing is crushing up and opening up those mosquitoes so the blood that they've sucked up in a person or a bird will be exposed to the buffer solution.
After another step to separate leftover debris in that vial, the liquid goes on a test strip and into the machine that will reveal results in about a minute. The speedy results lead to speedy action.
Let's say we have a positive day, we would schedule spraying for this evening.
Additional mosquito samples are sent to Dallas County and the state. Those agencies test for a broader range of mosquito-borne diseases.
When that happens, it takes a few days typically to get results back. With this system, we can get results back the same day.
In addition to testing, the team is also spreading the word that it depends on people calling the mosquito hotline at 972-721-3755 to report long-standing water.
But every puddle of standing water is a potential threat for all of us.
And dead birds.
We need the eyes of the folks in the city. It's very important because if we don't have the public support and the public's assistance, we're not going to be able to do the best job that we can possibly do. They need to report those things so we can actually do something about it. And we're going to win the fight against West Nile, but we need your help.
As part of Fights the Bite Week, the Mosquito Control team also visited rec centers to talk with children. Find spraying schedules and other safety tips at irvingfightsthebite.org. And again, that mosquito hotline number is 972-721-3755. And later on City Source, see some teens working on what could be a natural solution to the mosquito problem, so stick around for that. In today's Crime Fighters, bad guys caught on camera. This is video from the Shell station in the 700 block of West Interstate 635. Looks like a normal transaction, right? But keep watching and you'll see what this customer is really up to. The man pulls a gun on the clerk. That clerk realizes the man means business and hands over the cash. That man is now wanted for aggravated robbery. Take a good look, and if you know anything about the suspect, call Irving Police at 972-272-1010 or email ipdcrimetips@cityofirving.org. In another case, watch this surveillance video from a parking garage on Lake Carolyn Parkway closely. It shows two men stealing a motorcycle. The plate on the bike is 333G3B. If you have information on the suspects seen in this video or the motorcycle, call police at 972-721-3673. And that's how you can be a City Source crime fighter. An Irving police car with a dashboard camera was in place to catch a cat rescue in an unusual and dangerous place. We talked with the Irving Animal Services officers involved to get the story.
A citizen called. He was like, I think I just saw a cat on the highway. And so I called Officer Holmes out there.
I got the call, so I ran over there. It's off of 183 and did a couple of passes, didn't see anything. And so I got on the side of the road and got my binoculars and seen there was a little kitten on the retaining wall.
This is the busiest road in the city.
Yeah, I was scared for him. I actually thought this is not gonna end good, is what I thought. You know, if it got down on either side of the highway, it was gonna be hit.
So the police department pulled up and they have dash cam on their car,
Yes.
so we could see all of this take place.
Yes, and I actually didn't know the dash cam was going. I mean, on a highway like that, we always have to have the police present for, you know, the traffic. You know, and that helps to where I can pull in front of him and cautiously just go up to the animal and pick it up.
And relive that moment of when you first went up to the cat.
He turned his head towards me and I just scruffed him, and then he was trying to get away, and I had just such a good hold of him that I put him straight in my cage. So, you know, I just wanted to get him in the truck and then we'll deal with him later.
Now this cat has a name.
Freeway. Yes, the name is fitting.
He's come quite a long way.
So you said he's a little injured?
Yes, he has a broke left leg.
Kittens like this, they come in scared and you have to just socialize them a little bit, and that's what she was a pro at doing.
How does it make you feel to know that this story had a happy ending?
Oh, I love happy endings. I mean, that's the rewarding part of the job. I mean, a lot of people think that you work in animal control and it's so sad. No, this is the great part. You know, you get to save animals, but this is something I do every day, so it's just everyday work for me. This is the rewarding part.
And other animals looking for homes are coming up later in our Pets of the Week. We now know when the Texas Musicians Museum will make its big debut. The grand opening is Saturday, July 25th. You can see that extensive renovations at this former car dealership on Irving Boulevard are just about complete. Soon, memorabilia from Buddy Holly, Janis Joplin, Willie Nelson, and even Beyonce will be moved in. Leaders hope the destination will have a big impact in downtown Irving.
I was going to bring visitors to downtown. And what visitors do, they not only go to the museum, they also go to the other businesses that are down there. So I think it's just going to be an overall lift to the economy.
The grand opening on July 25th will run from 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. Performances are scheduled throughout that time. Tickets range from $40 to $75. An event in the Urban Center raised money and awareness for an important cause, wounded warriors. City Source reporter Susan Kamyab talked with the participants.
It's a run that starts like no other.
It was awesome to have the Marines lead the way. That was just very inspirational, very cool.
Wave the flag for 'em. And that inspiration proved important considering the tough weather the runners had to battle.
It was hot, it was humid. Just seeing the group of Marines, I was like, okay, if I can pass the Marines, then I'm doing okay.
It was tough. It was a good race. It was pretty windy out there, a little bit of a hill, but it was a good course, fast course.
The humidity was so high today. It was just, I was sweating like buckets, and I just wanted to make sure that I may remain conscious to the whole thing.
1,500 racers have not just come out for their morning run. They're also here to show their stripes and support our military in the Wounded Warriors' first ever 5K run.
It is a big celebration. We're benefiting 3 charities. The Military Miles Wounded Warrior event benefits Wounded Warrior Project, Fisher House, and our Team WB, or Team Red, White, and Blue.
The 6th annual Wounded Warrior Run honors the men and women of the military. In addition to the 5K, there's a half marathon and 10K run.
Tomorrow, we have a 10K and half marathon with over, wait for it, 3,000 runners.
The event continues to grow. Organizers say the number of runners nearly doubled this year.
Participants are interesting. Believe it or not, predominantly we almost have 65 to 70% women, and over 45% of the participants are affiliated in some way with the military, whether retired, family member, but it's very military oriented.
As the winners receive their awards, the meaning of the race is still top of mind.
Well, my dad was in the military, my grandfathers were in the military, so my mom and I a couple years ago did the 10K, loved it, and this is the first year of the 5K, and we thought we'd come out and support the cause just because it's very important to our family.
I wish they would do more for the military. I mean, a lot of people come out here just to support them. We want them to know that we're here for them 100%, so it's great.
I really think it's important to support the military and just any way we can to support the troops and our families and friends who are in the military is really awesome.
You know, I've always loved the military even as a child, so to see people come out and support in this kind of way is it's really encouraging, and as long as I've been in Texas, they've always been very supportive.
The special camaraderie between those involved in the Wounded Warrior allows citizens to show off their patriotism while keeping in shape. Susan Kamyab for City Source.
Coming up, a bookstore makes its return to Irving. But first, what's hot on our websites? It's WebWatch, our most popular and most talked about videos online. And our story on a robotics competition has gotten hundreds of new views since our last show.
I've been able to be exposed to things that I wouldn't be exposed to until I got into a career through this team.
That event is always a lot of fun, and our story showcased some of their creations and what the students get from participating. And you heard me mention the Texas Musicians Museum. Early last year, we paid a visit before renovations to the old building got underway, and people are rediscovering that story. On YouTube, Michelle Norrid just posted, "So excited about the new TMM. This is a great addition to the city of Irving and its Heritage District." Thanks for the comment, Michelle. We plan to cover the grand opening. And continuing to be a popular favorite is the debut of A380 service at DFW Airport. It has gotten more than 10,000 views on YouTube alone. If you missed any of those stories, find them at ictn.tv. That's also where you can watch us live 24/7. Plus, catch us at youtube.com/the City of Irving. We have nearly 1,700 videos on there, and post a clever comment or at least give us a thumbs up because we always like to hear from you. There are a range of efforts to control the city's mosquito population. We showed you some earlier in the show, but here's one you may not have thought about. Using bats. No, not baseball bats. I'm thinking that wouldn't work too well. I'm talking about the nocturnal flying creatures that might normally freak you out, but now some are trying to make you think of bats in a different way. Spooky Halloween scenes probably first come to mind when people think of bats. But here they're saying, bring on the bats.
We're building bat houses for the city of Irving.
Right.
So just grab one.
John Flaherty's Eagle Scout project involves building 8 houses specially designed to attract bats. His fellow scouts are helping out. Both these young volunteers,
I didn't really know what was going to happen when I showed up,
and the construction experts guiding them did not know much about bats before this.
I'm learning about that they like tight and closed spaces.
Through research, John Flaherty has learned a lot. The biggest benefit bats bring?
We obviously have a lot of mosquitoes, and bats eat half their weight in mosquitoes every single night. And I think it'd be really good for the environment around Irving.
There are at least 7 species that are native here. We used to have a lot more than we do now, and we're hoping to encourage more to stay around.
And they are especially interested in getting one type to call these houses home.
We're trying to attract the eastern pipistrelle, which is the smallest bat, and it weighs about what a nickel weighs.
Really?
Very lightweight, yes.
That's good.
The idea of building bat houses has been one that some in the city have been batting around for years, and it's supported by the Green Advisory Board.
When the city of Irving first introduced this, it was a great idea to jump on it. 3
of them are going to be used by us and by the city for educational purposes, and the others will be installed in our parks.
We've got a production line going.
Right now we're staining the inside of it black so that it's darker for the bats.
They're going to climb in, and this is what they hold on to, these grooves.
The volunteers hope this project inspires people to learn more about bats.
Did they ever fascinate you as a kid?
Not really.
Now that he has found out about them, John Flaherty has gotten very interested.
Bats by their nature is really cool, and like how they're partly blind, they use echolocation as to see through the dark.
They don't attack people. They like swimming pools. They like the water in the swimming pool. They're not trying to land in your hair or anything. They're just trying to get the bugs that are above your head. So they're very cool.
Even so, there is more to know. On the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention website, there are warnings about rabies and other viruses. City reps we checked with are aware of that and believe the benefits of a natural mosquito eliminator outweigh any risks. But common sense precautions are in order.
If they're on the ground, please be sure that you get your dogs away inside, and don't let your children and you don't touch them, because they could be ill. Now, not that they are, but it's smart to assume they are.
Even though the construction of these houses is wrapping up, it will take a while to gauge success.
It may take up to a couple of years for them to find it and inhabit the bat houses, but we're hoping they will.
We're hoping that this will help, and if this does succeed, they're hoping to do more.
There is plenty to learn here from bats and beyond.
They learn a lot about project management and event planning and communication.
I'm really excited about it. I think it's so cool, and I want the people to learn about bats, so I think this will be very helpful.
Yeah, it makes me feel really good. I made a big difference in the community and the environment and everything.
Yeah, and those bat houses are installed at least 12 feet high, so they should not be accessible to people. The new Parkland Hospital in Dallas just earned gold level LEED certification from the U.S. Green Building Council. The hospital's use of natural light, along with water and energy-saving features, are among the factors that led to that distinction. The more than 2 million square foot building opens to patients in late August. We have a tour of that hospital you can watch on our YouTube channel. Of course, that's youtube.com/the City of Irving. Now to a moment many residents have been waiting to see, the opening of a new bookstore. The city had been without a bookstore for a while, but that has changed. Take a look.
We're having a great opening at our new Irving store.
For half-price books, and everybody's really excited.
I'm absolutely amazed. The store is packed. People are buying things. This is the greatest thing for Irving since they left.
I heard there was finally going to be a bookstore in Irving again, and well, I spent the last 2 weeks waiting for them to open.
I'm so glad that Half Price Books has returned to Irving. Now, they had a store here and they left, and we had another competitive store that was here one time. They both left.
Coming back and the response that we've gotten from the community and the people has been fabulous.
We are so excited to have a bookstore of this magnitude back in Irving.
you can see what the demand is. We had some pent-up demand. Obviously, the line was around the corner.
We do grand opening special giveaways. The first 100 people in line get one of our red tote bags with a $5 gift card in it, and one of those 100 people will have a $100 gift certificate in it, and we do that each of the 4 days of the grand opening.
Bragging a little bit, I guess. I made the first purchase on the store, and so they rang it up. So it's Robert's Rules of Order. I bought some magazines for my two sons, born in '61 and '64, and I thought it'd be neat, kind of let them know what was going on in the world.
I got books.
Nice.
I love books.
I'm doing Christmas shopping. Already?
This is a great location. So we're really happy to be back in Irving.
Not only that, but the economic development impact. You know, it's bringing jobs to Irving, so it's good for the whole community.
Irving's just a great place to do business.
It's a great location, right in the center of the Metroplex, close to the airport. Close to all the corporate headquarters.
I'm so glad they're back at Irving.
It's pretty obvious they were going to come after us with torches and pitchforks if we didn't get a store back in Irving.
And that store is located near the intersection of Interstate 635 and North MacArthur Boulevard. And it's time now to head out to the Animal Care Campus for our Pets of the Week.
My name is Emmy and I work for the Irving Care Campus. This is Larry. He's about 3 years old. He's already neutered and looking for his forever family. For our second pet of the week, we have Miley. She is a Manchester Rat Terrier mix. She was found running the streets of Irving. She is about 4 months old. Hi, this is Baby Blue. She came to the city of Irving at 2 weeks old. She went into foster care and got lots of love and attention. Now she's available for adoption to find her forever home.
All right, thanks a lot. The Animal Care Campus is located at 4140 Valley View Lane. It is open Tuesday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. Then on Saturday, the hours are 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. Also, check out the websites you see on the screen. A lot of people have questions about the Midtown Express. Next time on City Source, we take you to an event that is helping business owners communicate with their customers about all of the detours. Also, this grand opening celebrates the debut of another international company in Irving. Find out why executives chose Irving for this part of its operation. And we are at the Dallas Tattoo Expo at the Irving Convention Center and taking in all that's happening during this first-time event for the city. Email us your thoughts on our stories. The address is ictn@cityofirving.org. We may read some of your messages here on the show, or you can always comment on our videos at youtube.com/thecityofirving. And that's it for this edition of City Source. We leave you now with more of the work underway at the Texas Musicians Museum, which opens soon. Thanks to everyone who is a part of this one, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.